Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Hollywood After Dark. My name is Matt Jarbo. Today is the 15th of February, 2022. We have survived another day in this hellish landscape, a world known as, I don't know, the modern age, but it's a big news day. It's an amazingly huge news day. Stuff has gone on today that I wasn't expecting, and oh boy, am I happy to talk about it. Tonight, we're talking about Bioshock, Mr. Freeze, Star Trek, The Fourth, and a whole bunch of Paramount stuff that has me going, you know what, maybe Paramount Plus is not such a bad idea. It might be worth the investment, especially going forward. All of that and more here tonight, Hollywood After Dark. Let's go. Hey, what's going on, everyone? How you guys doing? Welcome to the show. Welcome to the party. Hope everyone out there is having a grand old evening, a great evening. It's February 15th, post-Valentine's Day. You guys feeling pretty good? I'm feeling, I don't know about you, kind of relieved. You know what I mean? I look at it a lot like this. I look at it like, man, I hate holidays. I mean, even corporate-led holidays like Valentine's Day. You know, no one out there is going to be like, let's pray to Saint Valentine, the arbiter of love. Provide him or her, we don't know what the pronouns were, all that stuff. I don't know. I'm a fan of spending time with my family. I like doing that. We did that today, but man, I was taken aback all day with a grip ton of news. An absolute, there's even stuff that I didn't even get a look at today. There's stuff I didn't even pull into this episode. Like for one, the Legacy of the Sith. If we have time by the end of the episode, which I'm going to keep like at an hour and a half, we might be able to give that a watch. I didn't watch that yet. I didn't even bring up the Batman photos that came out today because it's not Keaton in the suit. You know what I mean? It looks good. It looks great, but it's not Keaton in the suit. I'm going to wait for Keaton to be in the suit. That's exactly what I want. Also, real quick, Watcher, I see you, buddy. I absolutely see you on that one. Let's see. We've got the, I want to say hey to the chat real quick. I have some people that might be joining me tonight. There's a lot to get to, so I'm not going to wait too long in case they can't make it, but it's all good. I see Anthony. I see the Watcher. I see Geeks Reed, Luke Stone, Simon. What's going on, man? Mo Moon. How you guys doing? Sanjeter. What's up, buddy? There's Lord Slug. Hey, Rational. How are you, McLeod? Hope you guys are doing well. Fandom Menace Els. How you doing? J-Pod. All right. Quite a few of you guys in here tonight. Thank you all very much for hanging out with me. I know there's lots of options this evening. A lot of things to watch. There's a lot of things to check out there. So why don't we, we're just going to dive into it. We're just going to dive in as we make our way through this thing. So let's start off here. Of course, I got to pimp the Patio commentary. I'll be honest today. I didn't realize that John Campea was now doing a movie club. So I got to up my game. I got to up my game to compete with Campea. They spent an hour talking about Iron Man today, right? Well, I'm not going to talk about that conformist trash. I'm kidding. Of course, I'm talking about Iron Man at one point in time. Just got to get it off the ground, but it's there. YouTube.com/Patio commentary. The format is what's hanging me up. The format right now is what's hanging me up on that. How I want to go about it. That's really what's holding me back. I'm being honest with you guys. I have all my data, have all my info. It's just the format. That's what I'm currently working on. But there are a bunch of other episodes that are up there. Stuff that's different formats, different ways of looking at it, but still gives you a lot of good insight and history into a movie and how it came to grace your eyeballs. YouTube.com/Patio commentary. Thank you all for that. And of course, we do have the call-in line 323-305-4101. Appreciate people who have called in. I have to reiterate this, guys, 30 seconds. 30 seconds. If it's longer than 30 seconds, I'm probably not going to play it on air. We got a couple that have come in, but they've been longer than 30 seconds. They've been like a minute and a half. Almost, one of them was 3 minutes. Google had to cut it off. It was like, you've had your time, sir. So 30 seconds max. Practice it if you have to. That's just the best way to do it. Because I know people have called in and they want to respond, but I gotta just push to 30 seconds. I'm sorry. Anyway, that is my shilling, keeping it quick, keeping it there. And again, I'm excited about today. There's a great deal of stuff going on. I mean, just this thumbnail is a little bit messy in my opinion. I kind of made it really quick, because I was out doing delivery driving as per the usual, because that's my job. And but it's crazy to think about, right? It's absolutely crazy to think about that these things are kind of relevant at the same time. You know, a little bit on the relevant on the same time stuff. So we'll have to wait and see how it all comes together. But there's that. Why don't we just get into the first story? And of course, we're going to kind of go through some rapid stuff here. Discussing film. And a lot of other people today have announced that Spider-Man No Way Home has now passed Avatar to become the third highest grossing box office movie at the domestic box office. I believe what it is that 700 and I think 59 million or 760 million was what Avatar had brought in domestically. Spider-Man No Way Home has usurped that. It has taken over the number 3 spot for the highest grossing movie at the domestic box office. And that will only be short-lived, by the way. I'm calling it now. You guys probably won't believe me. You guys probably will not believe me on this one. But once again, just like when Endgame overtook Avatar as the top grossing film of all time, and then they re-released Avatar in China, and it then reclaimed its top spot, when they inevitably re-release Avatar in cinemas for the updated, remastered version of it, right? The new 4K, 3D technology, whatever they're going to be doing, whatever new tech James Cameron has for Avatar 2, there's absolutely going to be that tech adopted, or they're going to remaster the first Avatar. They're going to release it in theaters, and it's going to make that money, and then it's going to put itself back on top. I know people out there don't want that, right? I know there's a lot of Avatar haters out there. They're like, the movie's boring. It's Dances with Wolves. It's Fern Gully. We've seen this fucking movie before. But not the way that Cameron presented it. And that's what I'm talking about. I'm just going to go on my little Avatar rant here for a second, all right? Allow me to speak to you the sermon, to preach to you the sermon of James Cameron Avatar. What I want you to think about, ladies and gentlemen, is I want you to go back to 2009. You're sitting there in a darkened auditorium, not too sure what you're going to watch. You know it's a spectacle. You know it's a sci-fi movie. You know it's from James Cameron. Anticipation washes over your body. You start to feel the hairs on the back of your neck stiffen as the theater lights darken and as the trailers begin to play. You put on your 3D glasses, unsure of the experience that you're about to behold, but you're curious, you're excited, you're wondrous, you're full of it. And as soon as that movie starts and you're transported to Pandora, you are on an adventure. For 2 hours and 40 minutes, you are on an adventure. 18 minutes into that movie, you are there in Jake Sully's perspective as the Avatar and all of the splendor of the world. And you remember that experience. You remember what it was like the first time he stepped into the role of the Avatar, the first time he met the Na'vi, the first time he met Natiri. You remember the fight scene against the mechs, the flying, the giant tree, the explosions. Michelle. It's not going to take home awards for story or character development or acting. But that doesn't matter. Because when you talk about Avatar, you remember the experience. The first flight of Pandora. There's a reason why Disney turned that into a ride at Walt Disney World, to recreate the glory of your first visit to an alien planet that requires a 5-year journey to get to. Avatar 2, when it comes out this year, is going to do a lot to do that. All right? It's going to do a lot to do that. There's going to be a fair amount that goes into giving you that experience once again. And you will be there in 3D IMAX and ready to go. I'm telling you guys, don't discount fucking Cameron, dog. Don't discount Cameron. Don't do it. This isn't Terminator Dark Fate, man. He's at the helm this time around. They spent a decade perfecting the story for 4 movies to give you the complete Pandora experience. So it should be a lot of fun. Anyway, Spherical Man here says, I will make sure to forget to buy my ticket. That's a lie. You'll be there. You'll be there. Terrence here says, don't share Doctor Strange spoilers. Well, I mean, we didn't. I saw your comment the other day. We didn't share any. Those are what was out. That was what was in the what we talked about was what was presented to us in the trailers. So, I mean, you can't really get on us for spoiling anything when we didn't spoil anything that was already there. But anyway, we'll do our best tonight, I promise. Let's see. Agent Josh 00007, thank you, says, I had my first BJ with my ex. I didn't even, I didn't even read that before. I just clicked on it. All right. Okay, this is already going to be a hell of a night. Hell of a night here. So Agent Josh here says, I broke. Yeah, I broke, man. All right. I had my first BJ with my ex when Avatar came out, so I guess it was an experience. Well, I mean, yeah, that's true, man. You know, I kind of had a similar situation with Dude, Where's My Car? So that movie holds a special place in my heart. And, but I don't really remember what happened in it. But it's the only memory he has from the movie. Well, there you go. There you go. Thank you for sharing. And I hope you had a glorious, earth-shattering experience. And here's the thing, man. This might be the case. It's entirely possible that you will never be able to experience Avatar in the way that it was intended, because your experience with it is something that is so like fundamentally different, right? Your memory of that movie is not the journey to Pandora, going in the shoes of Jake Sully as they fight back against the corporation. Your experience is getting head. And that's a fully just different, like tactile experience. You know what I mean? Like you felt that literally, and then everything that came with it, including you. So, I mean, obviously it might be a little bit different now. So here's my recommendation, dude. Later on this year, when they re-release that movie, all right, you need to go and watch it in the way that it was intended, sans the blowjob. And I'm not like, I mean, get one beforehand if you can, get one afterward. I don't know when you can get one. All right, preferably within like a 5-hour window, either before or after. Sure, man, like get it. Maybe before, just to have it out of your system so you don't have that anticipation, coming home. You just get it out of the way. Don't leave your house with a loaded gun, sort of thing. And then go and see the movie. How about that? I think that's oh my God, we're fucking like 13 minutes into this shit and already I'm broken. You guys, tonight's going to be funny. But anyway, we are joined by my friend and your friend, Caden Reed. How's it going, Caden?
What's up?
Not too much. We're just talking about some Avatar and some experiences watching Avatar. Completely different than my experience watching Avatar.
I scrolled to see what he was saying. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah. That was
that's quite an experience.
That's the first super chat of the night. So that's setting the bar.
That's
setting the bar now. Like everyone's gonna come in and just be like, yo, like I remember when I
feel like
I just imagine one of the older fellas going like, I remember when I got head while watching Glory, and you're like, it was a wrong glory hole that night. Yeah, you mean like the Matthew Broderick, Denzel Washington Civil War movie where they all fucking die in the end? Like that's your memory of that movie?
I have no memory of that movie, but
you've never seen Glory?
No.
Oh, it's really good. It's like super good. Denzel won an Oscar for it. Like that was his first Oscar. That's for Glory. Wow. Yeah. It's like Denzel and Morgan Freeman, Matthew Broderick is all. It's really solid.
That sounds like a great cast.
It's excellent. It's all about it's like the Matthew Broderick leads like a contingent of black soldiers during the Civil War.
Dope, dope, dope.
Yeah, it's really good. Like you would not expect Matthew Broderick to like have that kind of
Right.
range, you know,
That
because
sounds that
it's
sounds
like
so out
okay,
of his like out of his field.
yeah, it's like
Honestly.
you followed fucking Ferris Bueller's Day Off with glory.
Right.
You
That's
know, it's
so
like
weird.
you have one of the biggest hits from the 1980s. How do you want to follow it up? I'm gonna go be a guy worker. I'm gonna go.
Right?
I'm gonna
And,
go into this Civil War movie.
and then after that, didn't he like I know like I haven't seen Glory, but like didn't he also do Godzilla after that? Or was
That was like 10 years later.
10
He
years
did
later?
that was
Okay,
like 10 years
okay.
later. Yeah,
Okay, okay.
yeah. Let's see here. Queen Dany Targaryen says I got fucked while watching Black Swan. I mean, to be fair, anyone who watched Black Swan got fucked watching Black Swan.
Yeah.
You know, I
In
think a
their
lot of people.
brains, in their bodies, somewhere.
Yeah, yeah. Like
Somewhere. Right.
Aronofsky, man. Like, look, I watched Requiem and I was like, I'm good. I'm fine on like everything else this guy's doing. You know, so there's that. Let's see. McLeod here says that it was the 54th Massachusetts Infantry, the very first African American infantry unit. No, I mean, like, yeah, no, it is. Yeah, I'm not like knocking
I
it. I
know
mean, like, it's a good movie.
uh, like the way that the way I was introduced to them was obviously through history, but then the way I was like media wise introduced to them was through, funny enough, is Dickinson on Apple TV. They have a whole arc for one of their characters who helps teach the 54th Massachusetts Infantry and teaches them how to, and they teach him, you know, it's like kind of a thing. Obviously it's not true to what actually happened because they kind of, you know, play up to this like this one guy who can sense the future, da, da, da. Like they obviously play it up, but still like it's a great like storyline for the show. And it's also just a great storyline as in history as well.
Yeah.
um yeah.
No, it's a solid movie. I'm very much I recommend it to everybody.
I'll
So
definitely
there's
put it
a
in the
you
watch
know
list.
let's see here. Kira says no sex tales while watching prison films like Shawshank.
Oh, don't drop the soap.
Yeah, I mean technically Andy Dufresne got raped pretty hardcore in that movie. They just kind of
Yeah,
cut around it. But like
yeah,
when he
they
gets
did.
beat up by that gang of dudes, he was their bitch for a while. Like that was heavily implied. I think it was even in the
Oh
book.
yeah.
He got
I,
yeah, he
I think
was
I think it is in the book, but yeah, it's implied in the movie that, you know, that there was an encounter once or twice that.
oh, I'm pretty sure more than once or twice, but
Oh, but
they
I
yeah,
mean, in the
they
movie, they obviously don't want to
oh
make it
yeah,
too
yeah,
like
yeah.
drastic,
They
so they're just like, oh, once or twice. But I'm sure, obviously, in the book, it's more than that. Um, but you know,
Degrassi here says I tore up many a projection booth during my time as a regional theater I know I did. I know how you feel. I'm not going to go into details, but I know how you feel. Anyway, we're also joined by Resident Justice. What's up, RJ?
What up? What's up? Yeah, busy news day today. So much stuff. So
Oh
many
yeah,
things.
there's
yeah, like how Archie's gonna get canceled tomorrow.
for
That's
what?
for everything. I'm gonna
I
just
don't know.
release everything I got on.
That would never
Uh,
take me alive.
well, I've seen you, so yeah, they will.
Fuck you, man. Fuck you.
They'll just like
I have
like they'll
stories
just
that people haven't
clone
said
your phone and
online.
like have Saggy call you, and you'll be like, "What? I'm running from the cops. What do you want?"
Right.
And then you'll get busted.
Oh,
But anyway, hold on here. Queen Dany Targaryen now. So what do we think of the Lord of the Rings situation? It's overblown and people are freaking out because they've set a narrative.
yeah. I
Yeah,
think
that's kind of where it's at. That's kind of where it's at. I agree with Reed. I just kind of want to stay away from fandom right now. You know, that might be one of the reasons why I didn't get any of the screenshots of the Batman suit today. It looks really cool. I really enjoyed looking at them, but I just didn't want to talk about it.
yeah.
Like I literally don't have a
Yeah,
desire to
no.
talk about DC.
That's sad.
Well, I mean, it's so fragmented, it's so fractured, and I don't want to get into it right now. But I'm just saying, I am, you know,
Yeah.
I was giving a sermon a little bit ago about the wonders of Avatar.
Oh my god.
You know, talking about like the first time you go and see it when you lose your Avatar virginity. You
And
know,
then someone said
when you
they
pound
legit
that
lost
Pandora
their.
pussy. You know what I mean? Like,
And then someone legit said, "Oh yeah, I actually did lose watching."
yeah,
I was like, "Wait." I was
no, he
reading, I
didn't.
was
No,
like,
he just got a
"Oh,
blowjob. He got a
oh."
blowjob while watching Avatar.
I was like, "Damn."
Yeah.
Like,
Stephen Ortega asks, "Did you guys get your tickets for Batman?" Yes.
Yes, I did. I paid $80
For how many? Out of curiosity.
4 tickets.
Oh right, because you did the
Okay.
20,
Yeah, because the
premiere.
fan screenings were like $20 a pop. It was ridiculous.
And
It's
that's a
30
Warner
here.
Brothers thing, right? That's a Warner Brothers
Oh
thing.
yeah. They're charging way extra for those tickets.
They what is it? They actually, I was surprised that they charged full price for the Aquaman screenings. That no, they were a little bit more money when Aquaman had that early screening. They were a little bit more
Forgetting,
money
like,
than usual.
uh,
It's crazy.
forgetting what Aquaman was, but yeah.
No, it's just crazy. It's like you're like, all right, man, like um, like whatever with it. But all right, let's move on. There's still a lot more to get to. So we've also got this one that popped up today as well. Matt Reeves is interested in bringing the idea of Mr. Freeze into a Batman sequel. Saying here, I think there's actually a grounded version of that story, which could be really powerful and could be really great.
I would say this is what people forget is what Matt Reeves has his own definition for grounded, as we see in Planet of the Apes and Cloverfield, and soon we'll see in the Batman.
Yeah,
That he has his own idea of grounded that people
Grounded's
who
more
just
like a word
don't
for
know Matt Reeves,
yeah.
or it's just trying to like shit on him, will be like, this can't work. But if you know Matt Reeves, he knows work.
Grounded should be like I think in this case it's more of a substitute for the word a serious take. That's
Right.
what he's trying to get at. It's
Yeah.
more, you're not getting Arnold type of Mr. Freeze here.
No.
That's not the idea.
You'll
I will say
you'll
this.
get it, a full-on hype.
This is 100% happening.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like again, the fact that they're talking about Mr. Freeze and Robin openly to the press, they're setting the stage. They're basically openly telling you what they're doing next. Like they're not
Also-
making it a secret, they're letting you know, hey, we're talking about this because this isn't the plans. Get excited.
Right, and also I think it's also helps generate hype for this movie and then for the upcoming ones. So then be like, hey, and then Matt Reeves, even though like they probably already have a sequel and a trilogy up in front, ready to go, like planned with Warner Bros. They're like, this is even like, here's people who are ready for the sequel, and possibly, you know, obviously Robert Pattinson. He also talked about Calendar Man and Court of Owls as well, and then obviously like RJ just said that he talked about Robin. It's like
Robin's
he's
totally
like,
coming. Like Robin,
oh, yeah.
I think is a
Yeah.
guarantee. And the fact that what made me happy though is that Pattinson's like, we want to do a teenage Robin, like a 13 to 15-year-old, like true to the
an
comics,
actual Robin that's
like
not
an actual kid.
20.
Yeah. Which that should be really interesting because we've never seen that before. You know, they were too afraid to do it back in the 90s or Chris O'Donnell, you know.
Yeah.
So,
well, I think they can do a lot with it, to be honest with you. I think there's, you know, I understand, you know, Matt Reeves' take on it's going to be a little bit different and how they're going to approach it. Same with Robin. I just feel it's like with
it's truly a Bat universe though. That's the main takeaway. Like that's what they're committed to.
Oh no, 100% it's a Bat universe. Like I completely agree with you on that one. It's they're going to be building it out, which is why I think that, you know, which is weird because with what they're doing with you know, with Batgirl and the Flash and everything else, it's like, okay, like this is a lot going on, and that's been my complaint, you know, with like it just feels like there's a lot going on.
But it's also out of context. You don't have the context of what exactly.
Sure. Absolutely. Now, I did quickly go and grab this image here. This is one of the behind-the-scenes shots that they put out today.
Yeah, that's a stuntman. Fun fact, the exact same stuntman who was on set for The Flash with Ben Affleck and the same stuntman who did Robert Pattinson's stunts.
Richard King.
He's doing. Yeah. It's like he's played 3 Batman.
He's got to
wear all 3 suits.
Yeah,
he's the true Batman.
I mean, this kind of looks like Patrick Wilson, though. You know, to me, it kind of has like a Patrick Wilson vibe, like from Watchmen and everything with Night Owl, which obviously is a Batman ripoff, but he kind of looks like that just in his chin.
I like the suit though. I like it.
The suit looks good. I mean, it's definitely Batman Returns. They didn't go back to the Batman '89 suit. They went with Batman Returns.
Yeah, it's a more refined version of
it's more refined, yeah. And like I was reading something today about how like they're gonna like something, I don't know, I don't again, speculation, I guess, that they're going to change with everything with the Flash. It's going to show that Batman, like Keaton's Batman and Gordon, like J.K. Simmons, they've been working together for 30 years.
Right.
That's like, and I'm like, that's fucking weird, dude. Like, all right, man. Like, I know they got to do it. Like, I know they have to establish that lineage somehow,
Well,
that
that's what I was going to
history.
ask you. What's your take on that? Because do you think that these set photos with a younger Michael Keaton with the younger Jim Gordon confirms they're rewriting history, or what?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because
I mean,
you don't think it's because I've talked to people about this, and there's a theory. Well, maybe they're variants, or it's a different universe that we're entering. It's not changing or erasing or rewriting anything. It's just we're getting into a pocket dimension or something like.
The thing is like with that whole thing, I think that whole theory is like a way of people who are in still denial that in the fact that Mike Keaton's back and
So basically, Caden, you're saying those are the theories of people who are coping.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I figured.
Maybe. Yeah. I mean, that probably makes the most amount of sense. I will wait. I will reserve full judgment until I see it, but I still want to see it. Well, I'm not as excited. Like, I'm excited for the Batman, so that's what I'm going to be seeing here very soon. And
2 weeks.
2 weeks. Oh yeah. I've got my tickets. I'm already locked and ready to go. But yeah, whatever.
Do you want to see Mr. Freeze though? By the way.
Sure. Yeah. That's the thing. I mean, like, looking at the take on Riddler just being so fundamentally different than what we expect out of Riddler, and how it's kind of a Jigsaw-esque serial killer, which I actually quite like. It will be interesting to see what they do with Mr. Freeze in regards to kind of grounding the story. I mean, yeah, I agree with you that grounding it just kind of means like not having it be Arnold Schwarzenegger really is kind of
not that over the top silly cartoony version.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, we're getting more like a serious take on like Heart of Ice, kind of.
Also,
yeah.
Kind of what Matt has also expressed before is that with like expressed heavily with this one, for the Batman, was that like we are entering this universe in year 2 for him, but it's year 1 for these villains. So it's like and so
you're seeing more of the origin of the villains versus the origin of Batman, which I like.
Yeah, so which also evolves Batman, and it's kind of his.
And that's exactly what the animated series and the comics have done too, where like the origin of these villains is an impact on Bruce Wayne's perception of his identity as Batman.
Right, and I think it may even, with the Riddler especially, it may even impact his identity as Bruce Wayne as a whole as well.
Well, isn't that kind of the whole? I mean, I've been noticing a trend with that, and there's even another story tonight that's going to be doing very similar, where they're going to be focusing now more on the villains in these projects, like the villains in these worlds, rather than
because the villains, it's an untapped gold mine of storytelling. If you really want it to go that way.
Oh yeah, no, 100%, 100%.
It depends on the franchise, though, because we've been complaining, for example, with Sony, that they've been focusing too much on villain movies, but that's because we know that they have so many heroes they've barely scratched the surface of using now that the multiverse is open, right? And so it depends. It depends on the property. Some properties work where you can do villain spinoffs. Some we don't want to see that.
And also, like with this, like with Sony especially, like I think that they're 50-50 with it, kind of. They're like choosing some of the right people to do spinoffs with, and then they're choosing the wrong people to do spinoffs with.
Yes, that's also a problem too.
Like and it's not. And the thing is, like, majority of what we've gotten so far, and like with Venom and Venom 2, and then now soon Morbius, I think with Venom, like Venom 1 was fine fine, but Venom 2 felt like it was really dragging that whole thing out, and it didn't feel right.
I don't know what it is, man, but for some weird reason, I'm one of the few people who actually liked Venom 2 more than Venom 1. I don't know why, I just did. Because they're both not great, but I feel like Venom 2 was just quicker paced. It was just more fun and sporadic, Plus
I think
Carnage, which kind of helped.
Well, I mean, yeah, but Carnage, didn't have a lot of time.
No.
It doesn't matter. The moments that you're in there was cool, at least to me. Like, I enjoyed it.
Well, I mean, yeah, but Carnage is Carnage, man. Like, Carnage is like, it'd be like having, the Joker show up in fucking, a Batman movie for like 20 minutes, and then they kill the Joker, and that's it. You're like, well, wait, hold on. Like, I expected more because there's more from this.
Right.
Sony just wanted to get it out there.
They want you to just want to get to the post-credit scene.
Yeah, that's what they really want. And then they dropped the ball on that one too. Yeah. That
was a normal thing though. So
and also like and then Morbius, who I think is more of a is more of like someone that you do his origin in a Spider-Man movie rather than have his own movie.
Yeah,
You know?
even Craven, it's like, am I
But I
interested
think
in that
the
movie?
thing about
Maybe,
Craven,
but like
I
he
think
works better when
Craven,
he's hunting Spider-Man.
I think with Craven you can still do a movie origin with him, but not like a full-on like trilogy or like anything. A one movie and then to introduce him and then go straight for him to be a Spider-Man villain in a
Yeah, I
Spider-Man focused
guess. I don't
movie.
know. But
Because like
yeah.
I think Craven has a lot of complexity to him, you
Mm.
know.
I think the other difference here too is that a lot of these villain stuff I think might be better served for streaming. You're seeing that with what they're doing
Yeah.
with the Batman, where they're doing streaming spinoffs, and they're doing some other villain spinoffs that we'll get to.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm excited to see Michael Keaton back. I mean, they're saying this is the same suit he's going to wear in the Flash, so we'll see that first later this year or so.
I will admit, it's a good looking suit.
Yeah.
It's a good looking suit. I love the way it looks.
I do agree with some people on some part of the belt. I wish that there was that. I wish the yellow oval symbol was also on the belt, at least.
It's possible that could be an added,
Yeah,
something
that
they
can add
added
in
post,
post as well.
which is
But
weird. But it's like,
yeah,
okay,
That
yeah,
happens in stunt suits sometimes, though, to
yeah.
be fair.
Also, it's a stunt suit as well, so it's you don't want to add too much to the stunt suit because if you
well,
add
because
too much
they're
to the
probably
stunt
also
suit,
going to like digitally add Michael Keaton's face to that too.
right?
You know,
Yeah, DH Michael
Because
Keaton too.
yeah,
yeah.
because this is clearly like 20 years before, or at least like 10 years probably, 10 to 15 years before, because we saw
Probably longer
Barbara
than that.
Gordon, little Barbara Gordon, who looks like she's like 10 to 12 years old. So
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, either way, it's going to be a fair amount of fun
Yeah.
to
We
see
can all
what comes
agree,
out of
though.
this.
We all agree that the Batman's still like the top priority, though, in terms of
Yeah.
that's,
I mean, like,
Oh,
look,
yeah.
for me, when it comes to DC stuff right now, like my excitement is generally just around Batman. Everything else, I'll take as it comes, you know. But like, and here's the thing: no matter what I say about anything, am I still going to watch stuff on day one? Yeah, 100%. I'm not going to be like a whiny little bitch and go, "This isn't my Batman," and not watch it. You know, I'm not gonna. You know who I'm talking about. You
Oh
know who
my
I'm talking
God.
about, right? It's like, yeah, I'll say it. Dawson from Four Nerds. My God, what a bitch! All day.
I had
This
to,
isn't my Batman.
mm,
This is my. Like, dude, you're 20 years
yeah.
old. Like, literally, you weren't even like like even a molecule in your dad's nutsack in 1989. Shut the fuck up. Just shut the fuck up. But anyway, that's all I want to say about that one.
Yeah.
Because also
Yeah,
his take on the situation.
God damn it,
if I start talking, I'll just go.
God damn
He's an
it.
insufferable little shit. Fuck him.
Yeah.
You
And
know,
like the thing is like, and the thing is that Joe, like even though Joe took a little too far in that thing, but he kind of was right that like that that Dawson is becoming like, or it's just showing more that he is this insufferable, childish guy.
well, yeah. Anyway,
Yeah.
enough about him. Let's move on. Paramount has had a day.
Yeah.
Huge day.
But
They brought the heat, man. They're really trying to compete.
They had
Yeah,
a big TC. It was either a TC or a big earnings call or whatever.
I think it was an earnings call, yeah.
it was an earnings call, but like this is like really bringing the heat.
They're
This
letting
is,
you know, like,
it's-
we're serious about competing.
right.
yeah, and this is what I've been waiting for. Like,
And this is also very simple now. It's more simple. This rebranding is
Very
really
simple brand. I like this branding
Yeah.
change. Just make it Paramount. That's it.
Yeah.
Easy, simple.
yeah, it makes most amount of sense. I mean, there's a couple things that happened today that I didn't get snapshots of because Discussing Film didn't talk about them. I don't know why. But
Yeah,
one
I
of them
was
was is that they're going to be bringing in like Showtime shows to Paramount, but it's going to cost a little bit of a fee, which I get, but I think is stupid. I think they should do what HBO Max is doing. You know, you've got your premium content, merge it in with your subscription based content, because that way more people might get it. And then because as cable begins to dwindle down, right? They're going to probably find themselves in a better position with Paramount or Paramount Plus to bring in more people than Showtime. Showtime doesn't have like the largest
Because most
numbers.
of these people have via their cable packaging deals.
Yeah. And so it's like you're holding on to almost like a dead and dying market. You know, it's like more and more people are just going streaming. This is why we're seeing all this stuff. And so while I think that they are going to eventually merge everything over eventually entirely, they should just do it now and get it over with, because they announced so much today that it's nuts. Like I know you sent a link or a list of things.
I did. I typed it all out.
He did. A couple things in there I didn't really feel like to dive into. Like apparently, okay, so I'm not, Blue's Clues is beyond my ears.
Oh, you didn't cover the Blue's Clues thing. Goddamn.
Why would I care about that? I don't care.
That's huge. Dude. That was
I don't
trending.
care.
It was trending.
I don't care,
dude.
Why do I give a fuck about who? I know Steve. I know there's Steve, and I know, and then there's like
kids for 2000s kids. This is our second No Way Home moment.
I'm not a fucking 2000s kids though, dude. Like
I know.
You know?
I'm saying, man, like that's
it would be like
this is like getting a second No Way Home moment, like back to back.
I think you're overplaying that. I think I think it's okay. Don't get me wrong. Like they're bringing in Steve, which is the only one I know.
Steve and Joe.
I thought you said there was three hosts.
There's Steve, Joe, and the new guy whose name I can't remember. But obviously Steve and Joe. Those
the new guy you don't remember his name, but it's a No Way Home moment. Come on.
You know what I mean? It's uniting 3 generations. That's my point.
Come on. It'd be like going like, fuck, it's Tom, it's Andrew, and who's the old fucker? You know, the one.
Josh,
I don't know who he is.
Who's the one who danced in the doorway?
I have his name. It's Steve, Joe, and the new guy's name is Josh.
No, you got that from cheating because Rational helped you. I see it there.
I know I did.
And he's admitting to it.
But dude, that's a big deal. A Blue's Clues movie, man. A Blue's Clues movie for Paramount Plus. That's gonna be big.
Yeah, fine, okay. Yeah, I mean, you know, sure.
Your kids are gonna love it. Your kids are gonna love Blue's Clues.
I know, maybe my kids haven't even watched it yet. And if there's a Cocomelon movie, or if there's
they're doing a baby.
They're doing a Baby Shark movie.
Yeah.
Plus.
You're gonna hear Baby Shark again.
No, you can no. No, I can't. You don't understand.
They're also doing a Paw Patrol sequel and a new
That's
Paw
fine.
Patrol
That's fine.
series.
Liberty can sit and spin though. I hate that fucking character in that movie. Liberty. Oh my god. Have you seen the Paw Patrol movie?
No.
I have, because unfortunately, I have the 4-year-old. She loves it. She loves it. I've never experienced Paw Patrol before, so like we don't watch the show, but she watched the movie, and they have this character Liberty, and it's the most annoying wiener dog on the fucking planet. Like I'm like, can you just like kill this fucking dog? Like just like take it out back and like just, you know, beat it with a shovel. Because this, like, okay, I'll give you a prime example of like, and I know it's a kid's film and I get that they're trying to bring the character in, but it's like it starts off and like in this world, dogs and humans can communicate, but like cats can't. That's kind of, you know, classist. But whatever. and you know, so like she's getting on like the subway and there was like this kind of thuggish looking dude on his phone and she's like, excuse me. And he like doesn't listen to her or whatever. And then like they get in this altercation and she's like, I'm gonna end you, essentially. She makes a threat. And he's like, whoa, I'm so sorry. And he backs off and she's like, change it. Like, he's like, I'm gonna fix my life. And she's like, you better. And it's like, wait, what? Dude, you were a wiener dog. He'll fucking step on you. Like, what the fuck,
so,
you know?
So you're judging the wiener dog by their size and saying that she can't get the job done. Is this exactly happening to Judy Hopps in Zootopia? Did you learn nothing, Matt?
No, hold on. You can't be bringing in my girl Judy on this one, okay? Because Judy held her own racial biases. Thank you very much.
She did, right? But did you not? From them.
She, by only after Nick exposed her to her own prejudicial beliefs. And she realized that she was holding on to fox repellent because it was a generational learned trait from her parents who were racist. Although they did do better later on with Gideon. I get that. However, the Liberty character is so fucking annoying. I see Brandon there like, I love Liberty. I love Liberty too, but freedom, not the character in this shitty ass kids film. I'm just... He's like, you know, the animation keeping each other. I know. I'm just, I really,
doesn't matter.
Here we go. The Watcher has a great point. Do a cats and dogs sequel. We didn't know. We didn't need. Yes, by all means. That shitty ass fucking franchise.
Oh my god.
Anyway, so
what else didn't you grab?
Dora.
Dora, Dora, a
Oh,
new
Dora.
preschooler animated series, and they're doing a new series that's in the vein of the live action movie. So
I wonder if they're getting anyone back from that.
probably not. It's probably gonna be a cheaper
Recast.
version. Yeah,
Yeah.
Most likely, yeah. I mean, did the movie do well? It came out.
it did
what,
okay. It
3
did
years
okay.
ago?
Okay, yeah. I mean,
I haven't watched. I saw the trailers. Like, all
I
right.
think James Bobbin is an okay director, especially with like kids.
Can I spoil one aspect of the Dora movie? That
I
might get
don't
you to
care.
want to watch it.
I don't care.
Danny Trejo played Boots the monkey.
Oh my god, that was honestly the best thing ever from that movie.
Here we go.
Care.
Geeks has got one. The Cat Dog movie.
Yes.
That's
happen.
Nickelodeon, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, that's Paramount. That's Paramount.
Yeah,
That's
Paramount.
Viacom now. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's is that true? Are they doing a Cat Dog movie?
No,
he's saying that he wants
okay.
He's saying he wants them to go back. Nickelodeon did those movie deals with Netflix, so I wonder if they'll bring those back.
Butthead, and then
yeah.
You know,
I do have a thing there about Beavis and Butthead,
okay.
but I will say this though, man. Like I look at it and I'm like, okay, you know, if you're gonna go back and like do another Rocco, I thought the Rocco movie was really good. The Invader Zim one was okay. When that came, like it was okay. I met Joan Vasquez once, and I didn't know that it was him. I was
really?
It was when I first moved to LA, and I was at a signing for like this web series I worked on, like with Doug Jones, and he was there, and then Joan Vasquez showed up, and I was like talking with them for a few, I had no idea, and then I found out, and I was like, oh shit, dude, that guy created, you know, like, oh, that's the guy who made Invader Zim. Now, I don't watch Invader Zim. I know of it. My friend really liked it, but I knew him when I first read Johnny the Homicidal Maniac.
Mm-hmm.
Did you guys ever JTHM comics? Did you ever read those?
No.
Oh my God. That dude, it's one of the most fucked up comics you'll ever read. And I first read it while I was on the bus to a weekend long church retreat. One of my friends was like, hey, he's like, look what my mom got me from Hot Topic in California. This was when Hot Topic was central to California. This was in Oregon. And he pulled out this Johnny the Homicidal Maniac comic from fucking, you know, and like we're on the bus to a church camp. We're all reading Johnny the Homicidal Maniac, you know, because it's taboo.
Oh, God.
Anyway. What? No, I'm just saying it's taboo doesn't mean incest, RJ. Okay, calm down.
Jeez,
I didn't think that.
RJ is just, you know.
Show me your search history, RJ.
Right.
You don't want to know.
Whoa.
Anyway, so there's that. But there's a lot going on with Paramount. What else we got here? Halo 2 got renewed already for season 2, which I figured it would.
That makes sense. They're committed to it. Hopefully it's good, man. Hopefully it's good.
Someone pointed out that it's on its second season, but it's on its third showrunner.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've definitely had some trouble so many times. It's my only concern. It's my only concern.
Right.
Yeah, they definitely no, they it's gone through its troubles but it's almost here. It's almost here, and that's really good. I'm very excited for that.
Do you think that the first season's like a little wonky, but it ends strong, and you think it sets up a bright like future for the franchise that people will be accepting of it?
Well, here's the thing. I don't think they're going to get to Halo until the end of the first season.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. I think because they're going to establish the Mjolnir program, they're going to establish the Spartans, they're going to establish Halsey and Cortana, and the fact that the Covenant were glassing planets on the outer rim of the UNSC, right, of the Federation. I think that's what they were going by there. That's kind of that's from the Fall of Reach book, where the Covenant were like glassing full on colonies and outposts and planets and stuff. And so that was part of it. That's what led to them getting on the Pillar of Autumn and chasing after one of the Covenant ships that took them to Halo. So I have a feeling it's going to probably end up being like either halfway through the season or at the end of the season. It's going to be a mystery
or like
about
the last like 3 episodes.
Maybe. I don't even know how long the season is. Like
I think it's 10.
Okay.
That's a good length.
Because they filmed the first 3 episodes pre-COVID, and then and then obviously the showrunner left, and then they had additional photography and for the first 3 episodes, so they reshot at least like one of the episodes, and then continued the next 7, or something like that, or like 6 episodes. So it's like 9 or 10 episodes. So yeah.
So I mean, there's definitely going to be. I mean, I'm excited for this. I just want to see what they do with it. I'm hoping that as a result of that, we get some good stuff out of there. Holding Jessier says the Chippendale Rescue Rangers is a travesty. Nope. I'll
Nope.
explain that. Nope.
Oh,
Not at
are we
all.
gonna cover that?
Oh no, that's coming up. Yeah. I had
Okay,
we
cool.
just
I want to talk about that because no
have
one's
you
talking
watched the
yet.
trailer yet?
Yeah.
I haven't. No.
Oh well, I have it already queued up right here. But we got to get through the rest of the Paramount stuff before
Yeah.
we get
Okay, cool.
before we get into that. So I mean, like, dude, either way, I'm so hyped for Rescue Rangers.
Oh.
But all right, so you got Halo. Then you got Sonic the Hedgehog 3 is already in the works,
Makes sense.
which
That's
makes
solid.
sense.
Yeah.
Considering the fact that they're, I mean, like, you
The
know,
hype
like,
for the sequel is crazy.
it's dude.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't even play Sonic, and I'm like hyped for the sequel. Like, I don't know anything about the lore, but now
Well,
like, you guys
the
are talking
thing
up
is,
the
like,
Chaos Emerald stuff, and
and
it's like, all right, that's
also,
interesting.
They revealed a logo. I am surprised that's discussing who didn't post the logo as well. But the 3 is in red, and like it's obviously a black background.
Is it gonna
I
be
think it's
Shadow?
Shadow. I
Oh
think
my
Shadow
god!
is
If they do
in
Shadow,
3.
dude, the internet's gonna break.
Oh,
Well, if they're doing
Shadow.
if they're introducing Tails and Knuckles in this one, obviously
yeah.
Knuckles is then going to become an ally,
Yeah.
right? Like,
yeah.
you know, like he
Which-
does.
And
Which
and then-
makes
and then-
sense.
And then
because
who do they fight after? Who do they fight after that? It's fucking Shadow.
Wait,
Right.
what about Metal Sonic?
I think
That
Metal
could- well,
Sonic
That will come
may-
too.
that will come too. Yeah.
Here's the question though: are we gonna get Amy? Are we gonna get Big the Cat? Are we gonna get Rogue the Bat?
What if Amy's in
Rouge?
the show? That
Well,
No.
we'll talk about that here in a second.
Yeah.
That's the next slide. But yeah, I mean, look, either way, Sonic the Hedgehog 2 already has my money. So
Oh, yeah.
Sonic the
I
Hedgehog
hope
3,
it's good, man. I hope it's good.
I'm optimistic. The trailer looks like a lot of fun. That
Is
Super Bowl
it
spot.
the exact same people who worked on the first one?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay, then.
Yeah.
Like same
Well,
writers
like-
and everything.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah. Same director.
Okay.
I know there's Jeff
Yeah,
Fowler.
same director, same everything.
You know,
Oh.
and so I'm really excited to see how it goes because I just
the real new addition is major new addition is Idris Elba.
yeah, and then of course that ties into this one here. A live action Knuckles series is in the works with Idris Elba set to reprise his role.
This is crazy.
I was like, hold on. So Sonic
A
3
Knuckles
is
spin-off
already
show.
happening, and then I was like, a Knuckles series, but I was just like, okay, that's cool. But then the second part got me. Idris Elba is set to reprise his role. I'm like, that's awesome.
Then it hits you that yeah, Idris Elba
Yeah.
is like committed to
I was
Knuckles.
just like, hell yeah. Like Idris Elba's Knuckles is just great.
Mm.
Like just hearing his voice as Knuckles, I just love it. I'm just like,
well,
hell yeah.
actually, my our good mutual friend Rhea points something out. I think that this Knuckles show is going to introduce Team Chaotix. I think it's going
Maybe.
to introduce like
Maybe.
Knuckles' friends, Team
Right.
Chaotix.
Yeah,
You know, all those characters probably.
yeah. Hold on.
And he does have ties to Rouge the Bat, so maybe she can pop in too. But yeah, this is gonna like a show is really interesting. I don't know how that's gonna work though. Like, who do you get as a showrunner, as a writer, as creatives? Like, how would the structure even be? Would it be like a little mini series kind of? Like, I don't even know.
Well. Here's my question: who's writing? Didn't the guy who wrote the Sonic comic write the movie?
No, he's working on the new game. He's working on the new
okay.
game. He could work on the show. He could if he wanted to. It'd be very smart to get him as like a showrunner or something.
Right.
Yeah, I mean that to me makes the most amount of sense because you know the keeping in line with the story and expanding the story is going to be really fascinating to see what happens. Because I mean, obviously, look, a lot of people who grew up in the '90s are going to be all over, you know, this. And like I grew up in the '90s too, and I knew Sonic. I like Sonic, but I my younger brother is massively into Sonic. So even now, he's like 30 almost. He's still really into Sonic. So it's like
Does he have the Sonic hat?
I don't know.
You should ask him. You know DSP where he wore that blue Sonic hat.
You know, he probably does have one of those. He probably does. I know he's getting a corgi this weekend, and he might name. I have a feeling he would name it something Sonic related. That's how big. It's either Sonic or Smash. Like that's what I think.
And this show is supposed to come out next year.
Next year?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Which means that they're already heavily already in production.
Like
then.
heavily
Do you think that the Sonic 2 movie will have like a post-credit scene teasing the show, kind of like how Black Widow teased Hawkeye?
They probably have two, teasing the third movie and teasing the show. So, and I think obviously the show. Who knows what the show will be about? But the
I
third,
think it's going to be
I
Team
think
Chaotix and Rouge the Bat.
maybe.
So.
But I can definitely see the Sonic 3 tease be a tease to Shadow.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see on that one.
Yeah.
But anyway, Sonic will have to be again. I think that's gonna be pretty big for a lot of reasons. And
This is a big thing for Paramount Plus. This is going to drive viewership, I feel like.
oh yeah, no, it really, it definitely will. I mean, honestly, everything today, because even this right here, this coming from the Hollywood Reporter, saying that South Park will move its library from HBO Max to Paramount Plus by 2025. So then that probably means then the next day they'll have the episodes available over there on.
Yeah, for the clarification's sake, they said that the new episodes will hit Paramount Plus exclusively starting in 2024. The catalog, like all the old episodes, will be on the service starting in 2025.
Okay.
So it's still a couple years away, but this makes sense. They already have the movies, so
right. Right.
And then the one I'm most excited for is Beavis and Butthead will return this new episode and forego it. But this is actually pretty big, and forego its debut on Comedy Central in favor of Paramount Plus.
Oh, wow.
And that's actually pretty interesting, and I think that's
okay.
Yeah, because it like Comedy Central in and of itself is again, these networks are just dying. You know, like these networks.
Well, streaming is the future. They need to bolster their services.
Yeah, and Beavis and Butthead would work well on there. You know, and because also, they're not going to be hindered by content restriction. You know, although Beavis and Butthead even in its heyday, I remember the hype from back in its heyday. It was never as bad as, let's say, like South Park or anything else like that. But clearly they wanna they're trying to attract the elder millennial at this point, or because that's kind of what I'm seen as. Because since I was born in '82. Kind of like the elder geek crowd, right? Like the kind that are like in their 40s and 50s. This is the shit that they grew up with. And the ones that might have expendable income, like, oh yeah, I'll get Paramount Plus for, new Beavis and Butthead. All right, watch old Beavis and Butthead, provided it has the fucking music videos. If it doesn't have the fucking music videos, that's a large part of history lost, dude. And I know with rights and everything else, it's very difficult to do all that. But man, that was some of the best commentary on that show.
Yeah, Beavis and Butthead is great.
Spherical Manor says, are Beavis and Butthead going to be older versions? I believe so.
Yeah, they have like a redesign, cool redesign of them, which is pretty cool.
I know it's gonna look like how they looked back in when they met their dads in '97 or back in '96 when the movie came out. Have you guys ever seen the movie?
I have.
Yes, but it's been a very long time. I gotta rewatch it.
That movie's great, man. I fucking love that movie. It's
hilarious.
It's got Robert Stack as the bad guy, right? Like the voice of Unsolved Mysteries. Bruce Willis and Demi Moore are in it.
I forgot Bruce Willis was in there.
Yeah, Bruce Willis. It's really funny. It's really good.
Hilarious.
Crazy stuff on that one. So all right, let's move on from that. We got what's next here? We got Seth. This is the other thing too. Seth Rogen teases the TMNT movie on 2023, and then it says it'll be followed by villain-driven films.
Yeah. So they're making villains. Yeah,
it's gonna be a Bebop and Rocksteady movie, and then
probably a Shredder movie. Yeah, Shredder movie.
And then a Krang movie. Oh my god.
Oh, it's gonna be Shredder
for sure.
And then that's probably gonna open up into Krang, and then. You might get the guys from Dimension X, right? Like those teens, they might pop up, and then obviously Bebop and Rocksteady, and then I
can't wait to see Seth Rogen handle this stuff.
Isn't it Seth Rogen? Yeah, isn't it Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg though?
Yeah, they're producing it. They're producing it.
Yeah. And the director is who?
The director is, I believe his name is like Jeff Lowe or something, or he was one of the co-directors of Mitchell's versus the Machines.
Well, it's going to be absolutely
and you can tell actually, like looking at this concept art, you can kind of get a bit of that vibe.
Yeah. What do you think of it though? The art style, like what they're going for? They're making them true teenagers, like really young.
Yeah.
They're going to be true teenagers. And I don't know if do you have the other piece of concept art?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Leonardo has braces. Okay,
and then you see Donatello has a tooth out,
and the glasses.
Yeah, listen, I love Donatello, but they got to stop making my boy look like that just because he's smart.
Oh yeah,
What?
no. I mean, I do agree with you. I mean, this particular art didn't really. I mean, I like the background, like what's there and stuff.
Like
Yeah, you can see Shredder on top of the
Shredder on
water
the top
tower.
right there.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
And
And then,
Detectodrome.
you can
and
kind
then
of see a I forget is that
Who's shooting the blaster?
yeah, I
I
don't
know
know.
I'm trying to think if that's uh Rocksteady.
Maybe I
Maybe.
need to. For me, I
There-
need to. It's been so long. I need to I need to. I'm
Like,
out of date on my
like,
lore. I've
yeah,
got to go
yeah.
back and look at that stuff again.
Yeah.
But I mean, this looks better.
Yeah,
I think overall.
I mean, you have a really
Yeah.
talented director. Do you know who's writing the movie?
It's Brendan O'Brien. He did he's worked with Seth Rogen many times. He's done The House and Neighbors 2, the Neighbors movies.
Okay, those are pretty good.
Yeah, pretty funny movies. But again, you have Jeff Rowe, Seth Rogen, Emma Goldberg, and him working together on the script and working together to build this universe. So
Yeah,
I mean,
like
yeah,
a
it
true
looks like
TNT. Yeah, this is gonna be a TNT universe. I mean, if they're making
Yeah.
these spin-off movies, they seem committed to like this direction.
well,
Yeah.
Shifty gives me here. It's like we need men in suits. No, we don't. We don't.
Oh, and also, isn't I know I also saw this like a couple months ago. I think hold on, let me make sure.
Watcher says everyone's sleeping on the 2007 Turtles animated film.
It was.
No,
it was good. It was great.
It was good. I mean, I think like the villain wasn't as like they went different than having against Shredder. They should have had him fight Shredder. I'm sorry.
Well,
know,
yeah,
Well,
Shirai,
isn't
but-
isn't the 2007 animated film connected to the two like
I don't believe
softly
so.
connected
I think
I
it's
don't
because
some
of
believe
that
so.
room that showed like the Shredder mask and like
I mean,
the
like,
There was a
Shredder
maybe-
mask.
history. There was a history, but it was like they chose a different story that hadn't been done before, and I respect them for that. Obviously, they didn't
Yeah.
go because we've seen Shredder so many times.
Yeah.
I hope that this movie, obviously, Shredder will be in it, but I would hope that like I don't know what they should do to be honest with the story because we've seen Shredder and Krang so many times at this point. Like I want to see other villains too.
I think
No, there's definitely. I mean, I want to see more. I mean, I want to see. I know Shredder's been around a lot.
Yeah, and you
And,
have to have
uh,
Shredder. He's like their Joker, their Darth Vader. Like he's
Yeah,
their
well, he
villain.
also. It's not only that, but he also kind of like oversees like the rogues gallery of characters of
Right.
villains.
he's
So giving us
yeah.
more of the villain stuff, and then also some of the other heroes,
Yeah.
heroes that pop up in the show.
Yeah,
Or in
because
the-
you got to
some-
imagine Casey Jones and April will be in this too.
Yeah.
Oh
Or,
yeah,
you know,
they're definitely in this. Definitely April first, and then they'll introduce Casey, and then I think of course who's the rabbit?
no, I know that Men in Suits are like the Nickelodeon show, but there's also the first 3 movies.
Or
They were
just
men in suits.
Yeah,
I mean, like Corey Feldman was the voice of Donatello, for crying
it
out
was.
loud.
Yeah,
So yeah,
I'll be very curious to see who the voice cast will be for this.
Definitely.
One prediction. I think Ben Schwartz is going to be in this
most likely.
Oh, yeah.
because Ben Schwartz does every voice work now, and like I'm pretty sure he's played a turtle before
I could definitely see him
as Leonardo.
Yeah,
Well,
I
they're
could
going
definitely
for they're going for a young cast with the young voice cast. So I think he may be like Casey Jones or something.
Wait, are we talking like they're going to get kids?
They're gonna get like some people that are like my age, like
Oh, like in their
19.
20s.
Yeah,
That's really interesting. Okay.
yeah.
Finn Wolfhard is Donatello. I don't know.
Leonardo.
I don't know, guys.
They're gonna get they're gonna get all the kids from Stranger Things to voice
Oh
the
my
turtles.
God.
All of them.
Oh dear God, please no.
Yeah, but so for the villain spin-off movies though, Jarb, I think it's gonna be Shredder and probably Krang.
I think they're going to set up Dimension X and then go from there. I just think that they're going
Baxter
to.
Stockman.
I don't know. Dude, I've been so far removed from like turtle lore. Like I don't remember all.
Dude,
I have to go back.
Hold on though. Cadence of Baxter Stockman. Could you imagine a Baxter Stockman movie in like the vein of The Fly?
Oh my
It's like
God.
a horror movie, like an animated horror movie.
Oh.
They won't do that, but that'd be really cool.
No, like they'll do it, but like obviously add the comedy, like crazy stoner comedy that Seth Rogen does.
Oh my God!
How much you want to bet Chris
Pratt?
Pratt's going to voice Casey Jones?
Why? Why would he? Do you just like causing pain?
What if this? They get Stephen Amell back.
I'd be okay with that.
The thing is about that is that they had casting down for some of these people in those movies. It's just the writing and the direction.
Well, so long as Megan Fox doesn't come back as April O'Neil, I'm fine.
Oh no, please.
She was horrible.
I think no. The thing is, when you said Stranger Things, I do think that Sandy Sink, the girl who plays
Sadie
Sink, not Sandy. Sadie Sink. I think she'll be a great Oprah O'Neil.
Oprah O'Neil? You say Oprah O'Neil?
You are very
I'm
much all over the
my
place
world right now.
Are you
April
drunk?
O'Neil. No, I'm not. I'm not. I swear.
Oh my.
Someone, if you are a talented editor or fan artist, please make an edit or art of Oprah's April O'Neil, please. You get a turtle, and you get a turtle.
Oh my God! All right. Well, so are you guys excited for this?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
This makes me really happy.
Yeah. HWAD's here is right. Caden is drunk. It's very
I'm
true.
not.
Let's see. Well, real quick here, HBars did say, "I'm here. What I miss? A few things. But there's still a lot more to get to tonight. There's a lot to talk about. We can keep moving on over to Chippendale. You know what? I forgot to grab the image. Apparently, there's also a Transformers animated.
Yes,
movie.
they announced that Rise of the Beast is the first movie in a brand new trilogy.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I did have that image. There was a lot of images tonight.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for that. I'll see what that's going to be about.
And the Star Trek stuff's later, right?
Yeah, Star Trek stuff comes later.
Okay.
I don't think might be the last story. I have to double check. I'll look again while we watch this. But anyway, Chippendale's Rescue Ranger. This has my full on attention.
I mean, like, the thing is, like, funny enough, it's like before the trailer came out, like we were talking about, I think, I forget who I was talking about it with, but it, like, I remember saying, oh, it's gonna be in the vein of like Who Framed Roger Rabbit, and like,
Hold on, there we go.
And
I just brought it up,
and it's like reviving that universe
This is a Disney Plus movie, right?
Yeah, but and the thing is, like, I get why they're doing it like this. I also feel that they should put this in theaters because I think it would do very well. I mean, like, for one, it's Chippendale, so that show. I was rewatching the older episodes because they remastered them, and it's still really good. I
have a theory about who the villain is after we watch the trailer.
So I think it's this is very meta. This is a very meta movie.
I haven't watched the trailer yet.
Okay. So RJ hasn't seen it yet. But you're a fan of the old show, right?
Yeah, I love the Disney afternoon stuff. I love Chippendale.
And you've watched and you like Who Framed Roger Rabbit, right?
Oh, I adore Who Framed. It's one of my favorite movies of all time.
Okay. I will say this though. I tried watching Chippendale's Park Life, that little short that they did.
Yeah,
I fucking hated it. Like, I fucking hated it. It was like when they announced it, I was like, "What are you doing, Disney? What is this nonsense? What travesty is this? What horse fuckery is this?"
It's like the new Mickey Mouse cartoons. That same vein, right? But not as good.
Yeah.
Oh, that's sad.
Wait, I'm sorry. I was reading a comment there. Say that one more time.
No, the Mickey Mouse, the new version of Mickey Mouse's new shorts, and it's like that, but worse.
I don't know what those. I haven't seen those new shorts.
Because the Mickey Mouse, the new version of Mickey Mouse is pretty funny. I like it. It's very different though. Different.
Oh no, this is like they don't Chippendale don't talk.
Yeah.
Wait, they don't talk?
They don't talk. No. They just like they get into shenanigans in the park.
It's like if they did
how can you
Agent Black and Agent White, but they talk. You know how like Agent Black and Agent White don't talk at all. But like,
why would you do Chip and Dale where they don't talk? That's so dumb.
No, it's just.
Oh, they better talk in this.
They do.
Yeah,
they do. Yeah, they do. All right. Well, here we'll watch it because I want to watch this one again, and I want to laugh. So let's go.
Real Hollywood story. Chippendale Rescue Rangers, the show that defined a generation and turned two unknown chipmunks into international superstars. But as success took Chippendale to new heights,
to many more seasons of the Rescue Rangers,
we were living the dream, dancing the Roger Rabbit with Roger Rabbit.
No one ever imagined it could all come crashing down. Torn by vanity.
You look different.
Hey, it's no secret I had the CGI surgery done.
consumed by temptation.
My love of cheese got the best of me. I just love it so much.
Is it possible that two living legends are destined to reunite?
I'm thinking reboot.
Nobody wants a reboot.
It's the Rescue Rangers!
You need a disguise or something. Grab the first thing you can.
What?
Rescue Rangers 2.0.
This place looks weird.
Remember that animation style where everything looked real, but nothing looked right?
Who are you?
Are you talking to us?
Obviously.
But it looks like you're talking to that window.
It actually looks like I'm looking right at you.
Okay.
Look at my eyes, looking right at your eyes.
Yeah.
She a real bad, got her own money. She don't need no.
I cannot wait for this.
The cats joke at the end. That was funny.
Oh my god.
They're making fun of cats.
Okay.
That was
Yeah.
great.
I think Gadget is the villain. I
You think Gadget's the
is-
villain?
Yeah, I think she's like, I miss the good old days, and she wants to like rehash, everything. And
What's
so
the
she-
what's the plot? I mean, I didn't really. I mean, Chip
Because
and
you
Dale
see,
back
you
getting
see,
back together.
you see the first minute of the trailer, and it's focused on Chip and Dale, and it doesn't mean it like, even though you see Gadget, and you see all the
Yeah,
other
but like,
guys.
look at this though. Like, the fact that they got Paula
She's-
Abdul and Scat Cat back together, right?
Oh my god.
Like, I mean, holy crap.
But yeah, I think she's the thing behind the reboot, and she,
Wait,
I
wait.
think
So okay, so yeah, so the corporate. So I guess Disney's gonna be the villain. They want to reboot Chip and Dale.
yeah.
It feels in regards to how they're trying to make this thing work. I feel like it makes sense.
Lonely
You know?
Island doing a Disney movie though. That's such a weird thing to see.
Oh yeah. It's Akiva Schaffer is directing this too, I believe. So
Wait, what?
it-
Are you serious?
I think Akiva Schaffer is directing this. Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Let me see here.
This is gonna be.
Um,
Is this gonna be like a
Yeah,
PG-13
Akiva Schaffer.
movie?
I don't know what it is, man. I don't know what it is.
yeah.
Like this
Uh,
is like this is such a weird thing for Disney to do, but I like it.
Yeah. Chip and Dale's Rescue Ranger. He is the director.
Wow.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, and if you don't know who he is, right? He's directed like the what was it? The
Well, he's part of Lonely Island. He's part
Right.
of the trio. He directed all the music videos. He directed the movie Hot Rod. Which if you haven't seen Hot Rod, that movie is utterly fantastic.
He did the Unauthorization Bath Brothers.
Yeah, that was okay. That was all right. That wasn't the best thing I've ever seen.
He directed Palm Springs, which is really good.
Yeah. He also directed Popstar. No, he didn't direct did he? No, he did not direct Palm Springs.
He didn't?
No. Not according to IMDb.
Was he like a
He might have been a
writer on it,
producer
or
on it, a writer on it, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
He did
It is.
Popstar Never Stop Stopping, or Never Stop Never Stopping.
Yeah.
which,
oh my God.
And then, but he also did the 2012 movie The Watch, which is actually really good. But the problem though is because at that time that was the whole George Zimmerman, Trayvon Martin thing, and because they thought that because Zimmerman was like a neighborhood watchman, not that he was working at the time when it happened, but whatever, it doesn't matter. So Sony ended up rebranding the movie as, instead of Neighborhood Watch, to just The Watch. But like, it was such a politically tumultuous time that it ended up just like kind of coming and going and then dying. It's a really fucking funny
isn't
movie.
that
Though.
like the Neighborhood Watch movie, like there's aliens though?
Yeah. At the Costco
yeah.
and stuff. Yeah, that's a really funny ass movie. And he's great. So
This is such a weird, what a weird idea. Lonely Island doing like a modern take on Chip and Dale in the vein of Roger Rabbit.
Yeah.
So funny.
Yeah. I mean, like, it works.
And like the two, like who's voicing the leads, by the way? Who's voicing Chip and Dale?
John Mulaney. and Andy Samberg.
Yeah.
What the hell, man? This is weird. I like it. It's just so weird.
Dude, hold on. Guess who's voicing Zipper?
Who?
Corey Burton.
Are you serious?
I'm serious.
Wow.
Cad Bane is voicing
Cad-
Burton.
Oh my god, that is amazing.
Yeah, so Tress McNeil is in it.
Well,
You
yeah,
got-
Tress McNeil plays Gadget, so
Yeah. So, you've got
Will Arnett is part of it. J.K. Simmons, Keegan Michael Key, Dennis Hasbert.
Dennis Haysbert.
Haysbert. Haysbert. Blah, 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 blah.
There's Hayes. It's Hays. How do you has there'd be no Y?
Right, you're right.
I'm just gonna give you a hard time for your talking tonight.
I know. And Eric Bana. What the heck?
Eric Bana?
What?
What?
This cast is crazy.
Okay, Geeks here says Corey Burton was the original Zipper and Dale.
Oh, right.
Oh wow,
that's
I didn't
cool.
know that.
Right.
That's cool.
Yeah,
The thing is, this looks.
Chris Parnell.
Okay, so the plot of the movie says 30 years after the end of Rescue Rangers, Chip and Dale live in a mediocre life in a world where humans and cartoon characters live together. Meanwhile, traditionally animated characters are struggling to live once remakes and reboots of realistic computer graphics become the new normal. Now Chip and Dale must renew their partnership to save a friend from falling victim to video piracy.
Okay,
I
I have no idea.
Imagine
what-
they reference Judge in this.
But look. Okay, so look at this.
Who
It's
Who's
fucking-
that?
the heck is
That's a
that?
gummy bear, I think, man.
Is that one of the gummy bears?
It
It's like
the shirt looks like a gummy bear. It's a hybrid though.
Yeah,
like
it's
different-
got, like,
It's like
different-
one of
like,
those CGI monsters.
That's Wreck-It Ralph's arm, I think.
Yeah, that's Wreck-It Ralph's arm. That's I don't know whose arm that is. The other arm
the
is.
cannon.
But the coat is definitely.
Oh, there's also a shot in the trailer where like the My Little Ponies were there from Friendship.
Yeah, it's
Magic.
right before this. Yeah, and like, what are MLP doing there?
Yeah, I know. Like,
But look,
Is that Aladdin.
It's Aladdin. Yeah. That's
Oh
the.
my- And is that from the
Is that
key
fucking-
that-
That looks like Treasure Planet.
yeah, it looks like Treasure Planet characters.
yeah. Oh
What is
my
going
God.
on in this movie? This
It's a Peter Pan shirt. It's a
Peter
Peter
Pan
Pan
shirt.
shirt. Okay. I would hope Disney Afternoon shared universe. Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Oh my god, does that mean we're gonna?
Dark
Are we gonna get Darkwing?
Darkwing.
I mean, you saw Scrooge, right?
Oh,
You saw
wait,
Scrooge.
No, the funny thing is that they did tease Darkwing in one of the posters previous to this trailer. Hold on, let me find Chip and Dale. Or
Yeah,
something.
there's
By the way, I love
look at this here. Look at this here. Scrooge McDuck.
Kind of say I love the fact that Dale is animated in 3D because he got CGI surgery.
Yeah, it's Andy Samberg voicing the character, and John Mulaney. I love this right here. That's all like, get your and then they play up the Indiana Jones thing.
Right.
That part's great. So okay, what is this here?
So yeah, look at Darkwing. That is
Oh,
yeah.
oh, okay.
Yeah, and this is just the full poster.
Yeah, what if we get Tailspin, man? That would be
Yeah.
cool.
What
if Gargoyles makes an appearance?
Vader, a little Mickey
It's basically the Roger Rabbit of classic Disney.
This kind of feels,
animated
yeah,
TV shows,
because
so, like,
they've got
anything
all
could
these
happen.
IPs now.
But also, My Little Pony's there for some weird reason. So like anything's possible.
I have no idea why My Little Pony would be involved. None whatsoever.
I still think Caden's wrong. I don't think Gadget's going to be the villain.
I think if they're going to set up more stuff, you don't want Gadget to be the villain.
Yeah, Gadget
know,
was like a main
Gadget-
character.
Yeah, everyone, dude. I mean, like again,
Children would be crying if Gadget was the
there.
villain.
There was a lot of people who were hot for Gadget back in the day. She's got a fan base of dudes. She's got a fan. She's got
Are
a
you
fan base.
serious right now?
I'm not. Yeah, I'm not kidding.
Come
There's a
on,
lot.
man.
There's a lot of.
It's a mouse.
There's a lot of dudes that have
It's a
fapped it to
mouse.
Gadget. I'm not even making that up.
It's a
Lot of-
mouse. What is attractive about a mouse?
I don't know. Do you ever like find yourself attracted to any of like the demon girls in your weird ass anime? Like they ain't human either.
No.
I mean, I can never say that word.
Anthropomorphic?
Thank you. Is that right? Like a walking, talking mouse that's a female. It's got blonde hair and coveralls and shit.
I wonder if he's gonna become CGI at the end of the movie.
Probably it's gonna happen. Yeah. Or you know,
Dale goes back to normal.
Dale goes back. Yeah.
Yeah, either way, so they're gonna. So then it's not expensive to.
I'm just saying, dude. There's a lot of people you whippersnappers don't remember what life was like back in the early '90s. Okay.
No, Thomas. This looks better than Tom and Jerry.
Oh yeah, it did.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see here. Oh, Taylor here. Gadget was Nerd Lola Bunny before there was a Lola Bunny. Thank you. Thank you, Taylor.
Mean?
It just means there was a lot of people who found her to be kind of hot.
God.
I'm not saying I'm one of those people because I'm not into that sort of stuff.
Jesus
you know.
Christ.
But there are people out there that thought she was kind of hot, man. What can I say? You know?
You learn something new every night here on Hollywood After Dark.
You do. Yeah. No, you absolutely do. But either way I look at it, man, is I'm excited for this. I very much want to see it. And I think it's gonna be cool. Dude, it's fucking Roger Rabbit is back.
Yeah.
Like Roger Rabbit,
Yeah.
What does that mean? What does that
Jessica
mean?
Rabbit better show up in this movie.
Well, if she's not voiced by
she-
Kathleen Turner,
No.
you know, I don't know,
Yeah,
man. Like,
Jessica Rabbit's too sexy. For
well, they're gonna put her because remember
because
they
are
desexified her
redesigning
for the
her, like,
yeah, they put her in a
with the-
trench coat.
Yeah,
Oh, come
and also
on,
she's now a
man.
detective like Roger.
Oh, come on, man.
Yeah, and it's like they have a whole Disney ride coming up soon.
Yeah,
For her.
yeah,
Come
they do.
on,
like-
man.
It's a soft sequel. Like I know this, but like
And
you
if
know,
she wasn't wearing the coat, it'd be a hard sequel.
Oh my god!
God damn it, man.
What, dude? That's what I'm into. All right, busty redheads. Let's be fair. But no, I look. All I'm saying is like this shit is gonna be crazy. It's gonna
When's
be
it coming out?
May. When does it drop?
Oh,
It
so it's
drops.
summer
May
movie.
25th.
It comes out May 20th on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
the
this
week
is their
before Kenobi.
Memorial Day weekend release.
Yeah,
Why would they not put this in theaters then?
I don't know. I mean,
I guess
Taylor,
maybe the like limited market. I guess maybe.
yeah, maybe. Well, Taylor makes a good point here. Says, is Disney doing their version of Space Jam, a giant streaming content commercial?
That was Wreck-It Ralph too.
No,
I think
Wreck-It
with
Ralph
the
2
team-
wasn't that. No,
I
because
think-
no.
I think with the creative team of Lonely Island, I don't think it's gonna be their.
I think it's
gonna
making
be
fun.
their
I think it's
Space
making
Jam,
fun
but
of
it's not
Disney
gonna
and
be a
everything else.
streaming content. It's gonna be like more in the vein of the actual first Space Jam, or like it's. To be honest, it's actually really just a Who Framed Roger Rabbit sequel with Chip and
Kind
Dale.
of, yeah. I mean, Lord Slug here says, I would pay to see this in theaters, as would I.
Yeah.
Well, it seems like they're more so making fun of Disney though than
Well,
being a
Disney's not
commercial
against
movie.
like poking fun at itself. You know,
No.
it understands if the narrative is there, if they can maximize the meta in order to like make it work. Because Roger Rabbit was meta for the late 80s, even though it was very much like a joint cooperation between these two companies, something we would never really see again. I would argue probably one of the closest elements that came to that would have been like Ready Player One 4 years ago when that came out. Which also, it's weird to think that Ready Player One came out 4 years ago.
I know.
So wow on that
Yeah.
one. But no, I really feel like this is something I saw look, John Mulaney, I believe, is one of the funniest working comedians today. Andy Samberg is also fucking hysterical. Akiva Schaffer is a good director, a good comedic director. And The Lonely Island, if you have not heard their music, like
What are you
you are
doing?
missing out.
Yeah.
So will we see Mickey in this? I would argue maybe not.
No, if we get Mickey, can he please be like the South Park version where he's just like this corporate overlord? It's like beating the crap out of people. That'd be great.
Well, the fact that they did that, the fact that Disney did that Simpsons short film where Bart played Mickey Mouse and he was the evil, brutal, vicious corporate overlord. Did you see that short film?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Right? And like they actually put that on Disney Plus. Where they brought like all the kids to Moe's bar. You know, the kid from Coco was in Moe's Tavern.
Yeah, all the Disney characters were meeting up. It was like a Disney Plus 2-year celebration or something.
Yeah, right. And then Homer and Goofy become friends, and then here comes Mickey as Bart. You know, like get back to work. They were totally okay with it. So I think if they allow the Simpsons to make Mickey Mouse out to be a tyrannical overlord in the body of a 10-year-old boy with constant Peter Pan syndrome, then I think they might be a little bit willing to make fun of themselves here. So I think we're going to be okay. I would love it if they put this in theaters. I think I would absolutely pay money to see this. That's 100% what I would do. Yeah. So, but anyway, we got a couple more quick things to get to here. The other one, this is what came up last night. I just want to touch upon this really quick. This was crazy.
Yeah.
Surprised by this?
Yeah. Well, because keep in mind, I was not disappointed by the show overall. My beef is with the Cad Bane thing.
Yeah.
But and I just haven't really wanted to go back and watch it again. But I was kind of curious how it would have done, but I think with the build up from the 2 episodes leading into it, it would have had a massive boom. But, seeing here that its viewership was higher, 36% higher than the Mandalorian season 2 finale is definitely insane. But I think there's also factors in that.
Yeah. Also because someone, I forget who pointed out, is also dealing with the fact that the higher subscriber count than it was when Mando season 2 finale came out.
True. And the hype for Mando season 2 finale wasn't as big because we didn't know about Luke.
Right. That too. And also,
yeah.
And we had Luke here. We also had Cad Bane, but rip Cad Bane, which is just honestly, I feel your pain on that, Matt. I wish they didn't do that.
He's not dead though. He's not dead. 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 He's not dead.
He was stabbed.
The heart beep was still going. And who's to say that his heart is located in his chest, RJ? Are you assuming that you know the anatomy of the species?
Are you assuming?
Are you assuming his gender?
What if it's in his leg, RJ?
What? That would be his balls, and that would be Star Trek 6. Good for me. Thankfully, he had weak knees. Thankfully, not all creatures have their genitals in the same location.
Oh my god!
You guys probably don't know that reference. That's from
I do.
That was I thought about that after the fact. I'm like, wait a minute. His knee was just dude. Where's he piss? How does that work? Anyway,
how
don't question it. Don't question the logic.
Boba Fett has the rockets in his knee. That's exactly how he pees, from his knee.
There you go. All right. So it says here that Disney Plus's season 1 finale of Lucas. No one's calling it a series finale, by the way. No. So we're gonna clearly get more of Lucasfilm's The Book of Boba Fett. Clocked in 1.5 million U.S. households according to Samba TV. Now this is 36% higher than the 5-day finale for The Mandalorian season 2, which streamed from December 18th through 22nd, 2020. And pulled in 1.1 million U.S. households per Samba. Now, it says here, some might argue that the viewership uptick here boils down to an increase in Disney Plus subscribers, which were 11 plus 11.8 million, giving it a worldwide total of 129.8. That's insane, by the way, that they've had that many. In 2 years, they've gotten that many millions of people. However, the streamer for the first time reported its U.S. and Canadian portion being 42.9 million subs. That is a lot.
Mm-hmm.
That is a huge amount of those things. Now, I think I got one more image here. I think I did. Yeah, okay. So it says here, since the launch of Disney Plus per Samba, the biggest season finale viewership belongs to Loki season 1, which drew 1.9 million U.S. households in its first 5 days. Loki also touted the biggest Disney Plus season premiere with over 2.5 million over 5 days. Now, here's how it says. Samba measures 3 million terrestrial smart TV households who clock into an episode for at least 5 minutes. So these are smart TV households that are watching on their television and not watching it through their mobile device, through their through like their console, or through their PC.
So clearly, it's a lot of viewers that are like not being counted.
Yeah, I mean, they say if they say 1.5 million households watched it, they're the ones that had it's a Samsung Smart TV, if I recall, is what Samba uses. It's just like you could also argue that based off what Samba, Zack Snyder's Justice League had more viewers in the first 5 days, right? I think 1.8 million and whatever. Clearly, there was more than that worldwide and whatever. So I mean, there's. We don't have the numbers. Disney didn't put out the numbers, but giving us that people were watching it 36% above where Mando season 2 finale was.
Oh, they gave us a number. It was 1. So Mando season 2 finale was 1.1, and this was 1.5.
Well, yeah, but that's just through Samba TV. I'm talking.
Oh yeah.
I'm talking
like actual
overall.
okay.
Disney hasn't released any numbers yet. And I know, but I know what you mean. But it does kind of give a bit of information here about where the skewed about where the audiences come from, right? 50,000 plus a year male, 4%, young to middle age, mostly 25 to 54 Caucasian, and Portland is like overall performed the best, and then followed by Seattle and then Denver.
Oh, so you watching it, Matt?
Yeah, I clearly drove up and down the West Coast just watching it on repeat multiple times.
So but the thing is, it's like, aren't these middle-aged white males part of the hashtag cancel Disney Plus thing? That's what some of them were saying. We're majority watching these things. We're canceling our things, so you won't see our Caucasian male or white male part of the things. And look what here, we see them being part of the Book of Boba Fett audience skew in the middle.
Sorry. Reverse Resonant Justice for $5.
What the hell?
Says, you created me. I was a fan and you turned me against you.
Why is there a reverse version of me?
It's not me, though.
I don't know.
It's probably Caden.
It's not. I swear.
I can't see your hands and what they're doing.
I don't know.
Yeah, you can't. Whoa.
Thank you for the $5, but I got no freaking idea what that is. Now here's the thing with this though, right? This kind of cap this whole part of it off. It says here, at the very bottom, Disney's done a great job in creating strong original content that keeps viewers engaged and coming back for more, which is obviously in part due to the low price point, $8 a month. But that's, Bob Chapek had said the other day that expect the prices to increase. Obviously.
Yeah, I'm a Disney bundle subscriber, so I'll be curious to see how I get affected now. So.
Well, the way I look at it is I think it's going to be when they finally get all the NBC content off of Hulu and it becomes all run by Disney.
Hulu.
Yeah. Then I'll go bundle, because at that point, they're going to probably do a package deal, and then I'll just go bundle on that. I might save a couple bucks because of getting rid of the Hulu. However, look, the way I see it is when it comes to Mandalorian or Book of Boba Fett season 2, there was a lot of hype build up. Obviously, the last 2 episodes or the 2 episodes leading into the finale helped out. I'd be very curious to know how it did over the first week in regards to viewership or viewer retention or how many repeat viewings. I know I haven't gone back to watch it again. And a lot of that is just because, again, my frustration over Cad Bane. And I saw the comment, you're looking like a Snyder cultist there, Matt. No, I'm not going to fucking start a goddamn hashtag and start, figuring out where Dave Filoni is when he's getting a cup of coffee and then knocking on the window where the fuck is Cad, bitch? I'm not going to do that. I'm going to think about it heavily and write it in my diary, but I'm not going to do it.
You know what? I'm going to start a hashtag just for you, Matt. Hashtag revive Cad Bane.
Yeah. That's very true.
Matt Turbo.
Thank you. all I'm saying is look, I'm willing to accept the reality of the situation. That being said, I just wish things were a little different, but that doesn't mean I'm not going to be excited for what's coming next. I have my hesitations with what happened, my issues, but Bad Batch season 2, I'm excited for. Mando season 3, Andor, Kenobi. At no point does my love of Star Wars waver. But what they need to announce though is
one of those shows.
then I'll be very happy again because I love
I
Cad
think
Bane.
he already showed up in Bad Batch season 1, so he can.
Well, he'll be
show
back
up-
in Bad Batch season 2.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
yeah, he
But I
ain't done
think
yet.
live
Yeah.
action wise, especially, I think he can show up in Andor.
Yeah, and I think Boba's going to show up in Bad Batch season 2.
Oh
I think
yeah.
young Boba is. I think they're going to start really establishing those connections.
What were you saying that they need to announce what?
Oh, they need to announce what's going on for December 2023.
Oh, the movie.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
They need to.
It's really wonky right now. With
and I
Star
say
Wars
that.
theatrically.
Oh, well, not this one. Damn it. I thought I had done the Star Trek one last or first, and then I did Bioshock. So, you know what?
Put a pin on
here.
that. Put a pin on that.
Oh, no. Where is it? Where is it? Oh, hold on. Darn it. I didn't add it to the file.
Oh no.
This is
Dun,
what
dun,
happens.
dun.
Dun, dun, dun. You know what I'll do? Hold on. I won't. I'll just do it a little differently. Oh no, and I deleted the images too. Son of a bitch. son of a bitch. God damn it.
God damn it, Matt.
This is what happens when I try to boomer. All right. Anyway, well, fucking shit. All right.
Yeah,
now-
so we're stalling for time.
Kind of stalling for time a little bit there. you
Hey
know.
RJ, why do you think people should cancel you? I think people should cancel me because I am a bad person to Saki and all my friends. Good answer.
That's not
RJ.
true. Sagi loves me.
Sure.
You don't know what I know, Caden.
Oh, don't you go there. Don't.
You don't know what I know, Caden.
No, I think we do know what you know.
Oh yeah, did you guys see that Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic trailer?
Oh yeah, I did. I was
The
watching
CG
that
one?
at work, and I was
I did. Yeah, I haven't. Well, I know that it exists. I haven't seen it yet. So
Okay,
saw it,
I
and
gotcha.
was like,
yeah. I don't want to go on for 3 hours like we did last night. So I kind of want to start.
Oh
winding
no,
down
I
here
know.
with
We
you,
don't have to
but-
watch it. I was just wondering.
Okay. So to go into what I was talking about here, to tie it into that, Star Trek has been announced. Star Trek 4 with the new cast is going to be back, and it's coming out in December 2023, right at Christmas. Coming out, they start filming it at the end of this year, and it comes out in December of next year.
Yeah, they're moving in production pretty quickly. It's like,
Oh,
we've been talking about this movie for so long. It's like, let's just get it done.
Yeah,
and it's
So-
Matt Shackman.
Yeah, from
yeah,
WandaVision.
yeah, from WandaVision. Yeah, so that's going to be pretty good. So it says here that Paramount is pending to enter negotiations for Star Trek stars Chris Pine, Zachary Quinto, Zoe Saldana, Carl Urban, John Cho, and Simon Pegg to return to the Enterprise for their 4th tour of duty. The announcement was made by J.J. Abrams during the Paramount Investors Day. J.J. Abrams has had this massive fucking deal with Warner Brothers now for like what, a couple years,
And nothing's come.
nothing's come from it. But
Well,
here's
we've heard of stuff. And then and then it's actually been released.
I know, like, what are they even doing over there? Anyway, he says, we're thrilled to say that we are hard at work on a new Star Trek film that will be shooting by the end of the year, and that will be featuring our original cast and some new characters that I think are going to be really fun and exciting and help take Star Trek into areas that you've just never seen before. We're thrilled about this film. We have a bunch of other stories that we're talking about that we think will be really exciting, so can't wait for you to see what we're cooking up. But until then, live long and prosper. And so obviously, the 6 actors are going to be coming back. I mean, outside of Anton Yelchin, who unfortunately passed away in 2016.
Very sad.
I so Saldana because she's filming Guardians and stuff.
Zoe Saldana will be done by then.
Yeah, she'll be done by then.
Oh,
They're filming at the end of this year.
Zoe Saldana. Oh my god. Sophia Balletta will be filming.
Oh, Sophia Patella.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, she's not going to be back.
I don't even think she's going to be in the movie anyway.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
If,
I mean, if not, they might
switch.
add her in later on. CG and shit. Who knows?
Yeah.
So there's that, and then going on to say here. Now, this is what brought it about, which I thought was really interesting. Paramount was close to bringing back this cast once before, back in 2018, when S.J. Clarkson, who she just got signed to direct a new movie.
God damn it, what was it?
Madam Web.
Oh,
Madam
right.
Web, yeah.
Okay. So she had signed on to direct the sequel that would have reunited Chris Pine's Kirk with his father, played by Chris Hemsworth, which was they actually talked about that idea all the way back in 2016 before the release of Star Trek Beyond. So they were already pimping that idea all the way back in the day. before that film came out. And then that film never materialized. There was the Quentin Tarantino R-rated Star Trek script that was supposed to be his like last movie, but that ended up not happening. And then they brought in Noah Hawley to write and direct the Trek movie, but that fell apart. Now he's off doing the Alien TV series for Hulu, and that's going to be great. Yeah. Now, but it goes on to say here that since then, insiders say the studio has done market research to determine audience interest in the rebooted cast, given the long wait period between Beyond, which lost money for Paramount, and a prospective new Trek film. Execs determined that there was still lasting audience enthusiasm for Pine, Quinto, and the rest of the cast in their established roles, which allowed the studio to feel comfortable with moving forward to bring them back. Now, the reason why I believe this is happening is for a couple different reasons. One, I think, even though people have bitched about Star Trek 2009 and Into Darkness and Beyond and JJ's involvement and all that other shit, the casting has always been solid.
Did you read? I think it was an article from Variety. They talked about that actually. That Paramount was open about this and said, despite the box office weakness of the previous entry, that internal research showed that there's still massive interest in that cast, which encouraged them to want to make another movie.
Well, yeah, that's what mostly that's what I just said, but
yeah.
No, I get you.
I'm saying that they actually did research and said, okay, there could still be money here. There's still something that's tangible here.
I think there is something there. That is, I think people, well, that's one side of it. I think the people like the casting. I think people have always liked the casting. But I do also think that there is, looking at the success of Star Trek Discovery in that franchise, and I know people are going to be like, but there's no, fuck that shit. There's success there. You have to acknowledge that at this point, they've put out 4 seasons of Discovery. They've got their 2nd season of Picard coming, the 3rd season of Lower Decks, and what's the new one? The New Worlds, Strange New Worlds.
Oh, Strange New Worlds. Also the cartoon.
Mount.
Yeah, Anson Mount.
Yeah, and they got the cartoon one on
Prodigy.
Yeah, that I hear really good things about that actually.
I've heard good things as well.
So you think about it for a second. They've got like Star Trek on Paramount Plus is thriving. It's thriving.
Yeah.
Paramount, they've been sinking money into it. It has been building a fan base. A lot of, the vocal people on the internet, like Robert Meyer Bitchnet, are not going to sit there. Like, they don't.
Are we going to call him that?
Yeah. Cause fuck yeah, man. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I like Robert, but it's like, I don't want to dive into the chuddy shit, but it's like, when you surround yourself with chuds and then you go, well, I'm not my brother's keeper, but I'm totally okay with being around these abhorrent opinions. No, you kind of sign off on that crap. I'm sorry. Like, you sign off on that crap. If you're not actively going to say something about it when you're there and you're just going to kind of like chuckle and shuck all, whatever about it. No, like, I think there needs to be call out there, I don't care if you like talking toys with Az from Heel versus Babyface. I don't care. The shit that guy says on the other side of the stuff, it should make you blush as a man. Like, you're like, I'm going to talk about toys with the person who never grew up past the age of fucking 10. And then when people go, yeah, but he says all these horrible things. Oh, well, he's fun to stream with. Like, okay, boomer. That's the way I see it. That's how I see that shit. I don't fucking care. Like, that's how I see it. Like, say something, or, you don't go on Twitter and wax all progressive when you're hanging out with the right wingers and that destroy fandom, all because you're upset that you don't like the way Star Trek is going. There's a lot more to it than just Star Trek, Robert. Anyway.
I like how you're like focusing on someone.
Oh no, we went off on a whole 45-minute tangent last night because I think Shifty Gizm made a really bad comment about theaters.
It was a great discussion, though. It was a great discussion. Well, but okay, sorry, not discussion, rant. It was a great rant.
It was a rant. It was definitely a rant. But it's okay. It's okay. I think, but that's kind of the point, though. I think, Star Trek is appealing to a younger audience, and I think Star Trek is appealing to a different audience than what a lot of the boomers out there want. And again, what they want is this return to like, oh, when Star Trek was great, dude. The TOS was good. Okay, I'm not going to knock the TOS. Like, I enjoyed it, but it's also kind of boring as fuck. A lot of 60s sci-fi they had to fill time. There's a lot. It's slow. Those episodes are slow in the beginning. A lot of Vaseline on the lens too, to give like Kirk that shine, right? Like the glow shots. It's funny. But it wasn't about it's about the art form. No, you get all defensive, but anyway. Let's see here. All right. Anyway, so there's that. That's the other part of that. But I mean, like, I think they're gonna have to keep the budget lower. And but I feel they could probably pull that off now with like the what's the word I want to use here? The stagecraft tech. I think stagecraft is going to be really like, for going for the away team stuff when they go to the planets and everything else. Like that's going to be where that's going to be used. Or imagine like building the bridge of the Enterprise in the volume and then bringing it into the volume and having that be there that they could react to in real time.
Yeah, just curious. What did you think of Into Darkness and Beyond?
You know what? I know they kept saying it's not Khan, and I'm like, it's totally Khan, right? You could tell that going into it. I liked it. I thought it was fine. I waited for Beyond to come out on home video before I saw it.
The makeup is amazing. It should not have lost to Suicide Squad.
It should not. No, I don't know. That was bad. That was a bad call in the Oscars. I was glad that Suicide Squad won only because it made a lot of people really angry. But I do feel that, Star Trek would have been a better call for that. It's like back in 2008 when the Transformers lost best sound design to The Bourne Identity.
Oh, jeez, really?
No, it was I think it was The Bourne Supremacy or something like that. It was like, no, it was Bourne Ultimatum. It was Bourne Ultimatum. But I was like, wait, are you kidding me? Like it lost, are you telling me Transformers lost like best sound design to The Bourne Ultimatum?
Oh, jeez.
Like, I mean, what? Okay. The Academy makes some really bad calls every once in a while, quite often, quite frankly. But yeah, I mean, that was, there's all that. But I do feel that I liked Beyond actually quite a bit. Like I will say at the end of that, when they're like, we need to play the music, it's going to get the mind's attention. I looked at my girlfriend. I'm like, it's only one song. It can only be one song. And she's like, what song? And I'm all like, Sabotage by Beastie Boys. And she's like, why? And I'm like, because it's a callback to the first movie. And then lo and behold, they hit the radio, dude, and it's fucking Sabotage. And they had that montage, like the whole action scene of them like flying through space, like with all these mines and shit. Like,
hell yeah, dude.
Like, for one, Galaxy Quest did it in 1999. Same exact plot. Same exact thing. Galaxy Quest pulled off in 1999, using that as a way to take out the bad guy. But I don't care, man. I fucking liked it.
Yeah, it was cool. It was cool.
I like all that stuff, to be honest with you. I don't give a shit. Like I like Star Trek, but it's I feel I think Paramount lost their luster with it. I think it just kind of came out at a time they thought Star Trek was going to compete with Star Wars. And it's just not going to compete with that. Even though JJ is like, Justin Lin was a fine director for Beyond, but then you look at when he passed on doing Fast and Furious 7 to go do Beyond, and they brought in James Wan, and that was the first film to hit $1 billion. I mean, granted, Paul Walker's death had a big thing to do with that.
Yeah.
But it was also a good movie. Number 7 was a good movie. So, I mean, like, I think, I'll tell you this though, how much you want to bet, like, they might try to get, I'll say this, who they should get to direct this movie? If they're going to try to do it cheap, Dan Trachtenberg.
Yeah, he'd be good.
I think Trachtenberg would be fine. I think finding like not like an indie guy necessarily, but like kind of like an up and coming director, not like an established one, because I think that's going to cost too much money and it's going to be too distracting. But it's like, get Simon Pegg to write the script, because I thought he did good with Beyond, and then tell us a good story, like bring in the Klingons. I think at this point, people want to see Klingons. Like, they just want to see Klingons.
It's about time we got some Klingon action.
Yeah, it's got to be. I mean, and then maybe we're going to get a whole new trilogy if this one does well. But I think we're also at the right time where they could continue this and give us a new trilogy. Because, I mean, we got six with the OT cast, right? The OG cast. And then we had 4 films with the Next Generation. Yeah, 4 films. And then we've had 3 films at this and a 4th on the way. So yeah, sign them up and like just keep cranking out the Star Trek content.
Yeah.
Alan Tudyk should have directed Beyond, because Tudyk, you have bad takes. Like, what are you talking about? I swear, Shifty. What's going on, man? What's going on, buddy? But all right, let's get into the last one of the night, and the one that I already brought up. Bioshock movie is in the works at Netflix. This is big news. This is big for me.
This is huge. And I agree with Elijah Wood and a bunch of other people. Better bring Gore Verbinski.
Gore Verbinski.
Gore Verbinski.
I short his last name, Bronsky.
I love you, Caden. You are just on a roll tonight, man. I love it.
Anyway, yeah. Well, Gore Verbinski would be a good person to do that. So it says here that the streaming giant and game developer Take-Two Interactive have been working on screen rights deal for close to a year. And this is one that a lot of people have been waiting for. So going on here, it does say that the streaming giant has partnered with Take-Two, the game's parent company, to develop a potential cinematic universe. Vertigo Entertainment and Take-Two will serve as producers. So are they planning a cinematic universe of fucking Bioshock?
That's very interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know. But it says here, no writer or filmmaker is on board at this time. And that makes sense because clearly they're in the early stages of this. But it does go back to talk about the game a little bit, saying here, released in 2007 from Take-Two Games, a subsidiary of 2K Games, subsidiary of Take-Two. The first-person shooter game featured a crumbling underwater city named Rapture, its society fragmented in a civil war with many inhabitants addicted to or using a genetically enhanced serum that gives people powers while also living in fear of big daddies, mutated humans who have merged with diving suits. Into this world is dropped the game's protagonist Jack, a survivor of a mysterious plane crash in the Atlantic Ocean. You know, I don't remember if they ever actually confirmed what caused the plane crash.
No, they haven't.
It just like he crashes and like, oh, hey, look, there's a lighthouse. Oh, okay.
Right.
And then, oh, down we go. And then here comes Andrew Ryan to blast propaganda in your ear for 8 hours.
And I love it. It's great.
Yeah. Netflix, would you kindly, here's the worst part about this article. I don't believe they actually dropped a would you kindly line.
Would you kindly, man?
Would you kindly? Yeah.
Oh.
Anyway.
I was so confused for a moment there.
Have you played Bioshock?
No, but I watched people.
There you go. There you go. That's the big twist.
Yeah.
That's the big twist.
That's
dun,
dun.
I'll tell you this though, my coworker at the time, because what happened was when the first game came out in 2007, I was actually out of town on my vacation. I was in Seattle for Penny Arcade Expo for the very first time I went. And my friend had gotten it, and I played a little bit at his place, but I wasn't going to be home for like another 2 weeks. And I already had my copy pre-ordered and paid for, so I couldn't get to it until I got home. Well, my coworker had it, and she kept asking me, hey, she's like, hey, Matt. I'm like, yeah. She's like, would you kindly get me this? And I'm like, yeah, okay. Right. And then she's like, would you kindly do this? And she just kept repeating it because I hadn't been able to, get to that point in the game yet. So she was doing this for like a week, just waiting for me to like get to the point in the game where I figured out what she was doing. But she was literally like, fucking Pavlov's dogging me to respond to this trigger. Right. It was, it's funny. Emotional manipulation is great. Anyway, Hollywood came a knocking almost immediately with a feature project set up at Universal and Pirates of the Caribbean director Gore Verbinski attached the helm. But very soon after, the two issues arose that would follow the project for the next decade: budget and an R rating. Verbinski and subsequent filmmaker Juan Carlos Fresnadillo, butted heads with the studio, even getting as close as being months from shooting one iteration until finally the game maker pulled the plug. Which I get back then, man, they were unclear. And even now with the Uncharted movie coming out and that getting mixed reviews, I understand why there might be apprehension to put this shit on the big screen. However, the final little passage here does make sense, as video game adaptations have done very well for Netflix, like The Witcher. And Arcane is an adaptation of sorts, right? A continuation.
Yeah, no, it's a prequel. It's a prequel, but it is an adaptation of that world, yeah. And it's amazing. It's great.
All right. I mean, and then you got Castlevania, right? And then you've got
a lot.
Well, I mean, and not only is Netflix also is working on this, they've also got the Splinter Cell. They've done the Pokemon stuff. They've done a bunch of nerd gaming stuff.
I think
So
Fandom posts like a whole list of all of them.
Yeah.
Let me go back to it.
But the point though is that like clearly what this is telling me is that this is going to be something. I don't think it's going to be a movie. I think it's going to be a series, or
So
it's going to be if they're doing a cinematic universe, then it's going to be something that is very, I think, in very rapid succession is how
because
they're
they
gonna
Bioshock just announced today, Tomb Raider, Sonic, Assassin's Creed, Castlevania, Arcane Season 2, Resident Evil, Splinter Cell, The Division, Devil May Cry, Final Fantasy, Far Cry, Cuphead, Cyberpunk, and Pokemon.
Yeah.
And I'm sure they'll have more to come.
Yeah, there's a lot there. There's just a lot that they're working on, and the ones. I mean, I'm interested in the Ubisoft ones, to be honest with you. So I'm very excited to see what they do with that. What I'm trying to say here is this is perfect for Netflix because they'll be able to do the R rating, which is what I believe they're going to aim for. Because you can't tell a story about the Splicers and like not have it be R rated. You can't.
It's going to be very much a mature rated show.
Yeah, like you cannot have a Big Daddy literally like stomp in and use the drill on somebody trying to get at a little sister, and like, oh man, like how fucked up is it going to be if whoever the main character is decides to not save the little sister but to extract I forget the name of the stuff in there, but that's going to be crazy, dude. But then again, are they going to do Bioshock 1 and then Bioshock 2 and then Bioshock Infinite?
I already guess they'll do 1 and 2.
No, I think they'll do 1 and Infinite. I think they're going to skip over number 2 because in number 2 you play as a Big Daddy. So they're going to need to like really kind of, unless they turn Jack, like the main character from Bioshock, into a Big Daddy, into the, whatever. I mean, but then again, the third one is like Booker DeWitt. And so it takes place in an entirely different, in Colombia, into an entirely different world. So are they, how are they going to be expanding this? That's my question. Like, how are they going to be building outward? That's what I'm very curious about. And then the big question is Ken Levine involved? Because Ken Levine wrote Bioshock and Bioshock Infinite.
Yes.
So
if I were to guess, no, because he's dealing with some controversy right now.
Is he?
Do you hear about that?
No.
Grab a seat, Jarbo.
What happened to Ken Levine?
He's basically being ousted from the game industry.
Why?
For what?
All right, so let me pull up the article. He was starting his own production company, remember? He left 2K Games, he left his thing, and he left all that.
Yeah.
Basically, from what I remember, his game was stuck in development hell. This comes from Jason Schreier from Bloomberg.
Yeah.
And they're kind of saying that basically it's just been, he's not exactly been very kind to the development team. He's not really been on the up and up lately. So.
Oh, okay.
That's the simplest way I can put it.
Before you go into that and continue the Bioshock thing, who do you guys, knowing Netflix, and who do you guys think will cast as Little Sister?
Well, I mean, Little Sister is not just one.
I know, like, okay, I would say, who do you think will be the main, like, if they I'm sure they're not going to do like 5 or 6 Little Sisters. I'm sure they're just going to do like 3 or 4. So,
well, they could easily just have like, just
or like a multiple,
they could do
like CGI multiplayer type thing. Yeah,
it's gonna be something along those lines.
Possibly Millie Bobby Brown, honestly, or like McKenna Grace, or the little girl from Lock and Key.
They're probably, well, the thing is, the Little Sisters they don't really have a role. They're not a role. They're there.
I'm sure they'll make them into a role, knowing it's Netflix.
I mean, they shouldn't, because there's no need, right? Like the protagonist is Jack, the antagonist is Andrew Ryan. That's the whole point. Like Big Daddies, that's just the world, right? The world
Right.
is like, okay, so in the game you go down to Rapture and then you're like, how the fuck do I get out of here? And then from there you're kind of uncovering the story as it goes along, what's happened with the Civil War with everybody, fight some villains along the way. But how you upgrade your powers is by getting the atom, which you can harvest from the little sister, but you got to watch out because like the big daddy's there.
Right.
And that's, again, the big daddy is kind of like the central, it's kind of like the central threat in the world. It's like the one you got to watch out for. And even in the movie, they're going to like, like it's the marketing thing is that, but it's not going to matter. Like little sisters are just going to be a little kid that's just going to go like run off and
So
whatever.
some random little girl they're gonna get.
Yeah, it's not going to matter at all because it's not part of the story. It's literally just a mechanism to expand your power.
It's just
your
a
power
MacGuffin,
base.
like a MacGuffin.
Yeah, effectively. I mean, it can be worked. It can work really well.
Work into something a
Yeah.
bit bigger, but
It can do a lot well with that. So I think it's going to be fine on that front. The other side of that though is, I think I don't know. I mean, like I'm more concerned about the director and the technology they use because what came to my mind this morning was flat out.
Stagecraft.
Exactly, absolutely use stagecraft. Establish the sets, have like the water stuff in the background. I mean, it will look as good as it will look.
Use stagecraft and also use the swimming pool technique.
Yeah.
Who would you cast as like Elizabeth?
You know what? Shifty Gism makes a great point here. I think Millie Bobby Brown.
No, come on.
But if you think again, you have to think that like
Millie's
Netflix.
too old for a little a little sister, but she's not. She's definitely the right age for Elizabeth.
No, Elizabeth needs to be like a 20-year-old.
But at the same time, but again, you have to think about RJ. Like because
by the time we get there, it's going to be
and also if you think about like with like I was just thinking about like also with recently they did Wednesday casting and I was like, oh, the person that they're looking for Hispanic, and obviously so it also depends on who, again, like you said, it depends who they get for direction, who they get for the creative to write it, and how they film it, and also it goes down to those creative decisions. But again, I think if you go with closest relationship with Netflix, you get Millie Bobby Brown. Or I don't know who else is in that age range that has close relationships with Netflix, other than Millie Bobby Brown, Jenna Ortega, Sadie Sink.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know what they plan on doing with it yet. I don't know what the story's going to be. We know none of that. Like if they're talking about a cinematic universe,
right?
Then there's definitely something that like they're building towards here, and that's going to be cool. I do hope that like they get someone who understands the world. I understand that Ken Levine is clearly, he's always been kind of an egoist. And I honestly feel like the story for Bioshock 1 was great. His head was up his ass by Bioshock Infinite. The game was fun, but it was like, Elizabeth by the end just became like a walking vending machine. like literally it was
I like the story.
The story was the story was really good, but it was a little like, I don't know. I mean, like the voice acting for that game did fantastic, and like Troy Baker was great as Booker, and I think they're going to give us more of a Booker DeWitt type antagonist or protagonist. And it's possible that they might alter it to where Booker is the one who goes into Rapture and then, and then continues on into Columbia and goes from there, or wherever they might take it. I mean, there's been talks about like another game where like it took place on the moon or something. Like I heard that a long time ago. The Bioshock brand is something that could probably be, I mean, I guess it could be brought back. They could do a fourth one. I know they released the remastered trilogy a while back.
Yeah.
So I'll have to dive into that one again. This is one I'm excited for. This is one I'm very excited for. I want to know more with that. But on that note, guys, it is after midnight here. I do got to get to bed, so I got to call it a night. So I appreciate you guys coming on by. Where can people find you?
People can find me on Twitter at Caden Reed. It's simple. You can also find me at Little Big City Studios Network on Fridays at 4:30 for the Caden Hour, Pacific Standard Time, 4:30, 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. It's a weekly, weekly roundup of news. So I'll be talking about all this stuff that we talked about tonight over there. Probably more quicker, honestly, and obviously because it's a week full of news. Yeah.
All right. And
And
then
you can find RJ at the places on his.
Shut the hell up, Caden.
At cancelresidentjustice.com.
Shut the hell up.
I'm gonna actually make that website now.
Shut the hell up. Okay. If you want to follow me, you can find me at Resident Justice for Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, all that good stuff. Might be doing a stream. I'll probably do a review of the Uncharted movie. I'm planning to go see that on Saturday, so I'll probably do a review of that this weekend. So.
And he's gonna say it's something really.
Okay.
All right.
Cool.
Thank you, Caden.
You're welcome.
Hashtag
You're
cancel Caden. Thank you.
Hashtag cancel Resident Justice. It's better.
Hashtag I don't fucking care. Both you shut up. Thank you.
I can get behind that one.
Revive Cad Bane for Matt Jarbo.
There we go. I can get behind that one. I'm okay. Thank you very much for that. All right, everybody. Have yourself a great night. We'll talk to you all tomorrow. Thank you again, and peace out.